Time to do the first wash of the temporary Indesit IWDC6125 6kg, 5kg drying washer dryer. You're watching Florence Ballard A3060 on film. Right, so here's the machine plumbed in and hooked up, looking very clean and crisp. She's going to be taking on a big load of bedding that none of the other machines can do because the WD64 obviously cannot dry that. Let's have a look how this goes. The large capacity should be able to fit that. So you've got I call this my Enid bedding. Obviously Wednesday reference because it resembles the rainbow hair, well, colourful hair of Enid Sinclair. That's actually why I got it. Anything rainbow again? No, it's got nothing to do with pride, it's to do with Enid. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So 6 kilo wash and 5 kilo dry, yeah? I love that. I felt that's going to struggle. But we'll have a look. That's going to be a fun one to wash. We're going to do an interesting cycle. We're going to do cottons 70 on this machine. Not 60, 70. So, for detergent, I'm going to use Almat, Tropical Lily. Basically, I think it's like their version of Surf. So, put it in just half of that, a bit more, or a quarter. There you go. I'm going to use Tesco Romantic Bloom, Bergamot and Jasmine fabric conditioner. Why not mix up two Tesco and Aldi? I'd be very intrigued to see how this handles this. There's no countdown or anything on this, as you know, so turn on. Lights all come on, but like the older Hotpoint ones. So I'm going to put on program 1, which is white cotton 90, but I'm going to turn the temperature around to 70. Shame's no 75. 80 I think would be too much for that. So I'm going to do it on 70. I'll do it different. I'm going to put this around to cupboard dry. That's the driest setting possible. There's no options, so we can start. Pump out, the kick strip vibrates a bit. So if you notice on the dial, they've put these red marks on there that basically, I think it's to help people know what's what on the machine effectively. But yeah, when we do a series of tumbles and fills while we absorb, there'll be slow tumbles, as Indesit normally do. Yeah, I've got to put this on the floor, this light now. That's taking in the powder now. Be interesting to see how this handles this and if we get any subdrops. Probably will get a lot of subdrops actually. So she'll do 2 washes. I'm going to try and film the wall cycle as the next one I'll do. Because everyone loves seeing that. Yeah. No, all absorbed on one side. Yeah, we'll definitely do the wall cycle as the next one. Wall 40, program 5. What should we do? A couple of towels or something? See how that works. Well, I've actually got some wall stuff that can be done. See, if the one in the old place was clean as it's no rust and everything, I'd have been fine with that. Take some time. Yeah, that's getting I'll have a shower and then that'll be it. That's going to be a wall, so that absorbs any of that. Whoa. See, if we tumble more filling, this would help. absorbing now. So we're on what I believe is the first heating stage, because I believe these heat in 3 stages. This is the cold to 40 degrees Celsius heat stage. The faster tumbles now is soaked in. That's definitely gonna probably sizzle with that bedding. Probably some unbalanced loads. Very, very thick bedding. It's from Dunelm Mill, or Dunelm, yeah. I got that bedding the weekend I went down to see Reese, yeah. This is good though. Well, that's got a big capacity washer dryer for a few loads, that'd be good. Might do a dry only cycle on this as well. So say we get this one done, unplumber, and then we'll get the Bosch brought in. And that can be tomorrow we do that, yay. Right, obviously we've got the perspex on, so I can't tell, but it looks like we've heated to the 60 degree part. That sounds like a freight train. Look at that. At least now it's getting a good wash, and it's once again cleaning the machine just that bit more, so that's good. What we'll do when that starts heating again, we can turn the thermostat on that, the variable temp. And see what we're doing. The machine itself is a bit warm, yeah. Oh, 2 clicks, that'll be heating. So that's it. So we're doing the next stage of heating as well. Oh, there we are. So you can see the light flickering. So we're down to 40 degrees again. Okay, we've reached 70 degrees Celsius. Excellent. Never used that temperature before, so that's the first time. There we go. I know when I had that WIDL 102, I know that I did a Cotton's 80 or one on that. That bedding's getting a good wash. I'm intrigued to see the drying on this though. Unless I cancel drying, I can do 1200 and 600. All that means. First intermediate spin, that was very quick. So for the poor view, if that is too much. There we go. Way! Pumping it out though. No cool down or anything, that's interesting, yeah. Nice and balanced though for this first one. All 300 bursts. Way. some water there. Wow, that's tons of water coming out of that. See how absorbent this is. I'm amazed how balanced that is, to be honest with this. There we are. $400. Eco pump. Speeding up. Is it 500 or 600? That's what I'm Yeah, 600 for first one, that's good. Yeah, sound that probably. Now let's see what level the rinse is going to be. I'll film the rinse from start. Oh god, all the more muck coming out of that, bloody hell. And probably the duvet that's on as well. Usually these fill in two stages of the rinsing. Ew. I think we'll do 2 rinses is what we do. That's good now with tumble water filling. I think a lot of that's come from the drain hose or the pump. see what we get to. God, so I cannot even start soaking anything yet, I think. Oh, getting there now. There we go, we're soaking it all in now, so let's see where we get to. No, there's no way that's the only level that's going to do. It's got to fill again. There we are, more. There might just be a top up. Yeah, that would be the first stage maybe. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that's got to be the only level we do. We'll see what. Well, that's just topping up. Yeah. That just because it keeps absorbing more and more. Right, second intermediate spin. I think this goes to 1,000 odd in this one. Again, both anti-clockwise machines as well. A bit unbalanced now, I think. Chug. It's like 300 bursts and then we'll ramp up. You can have a choice to wash this bedding. So it's good to have a sensor dry because you just leave the machine. See as is. First and then ramp up after. Not too long distributing in between as well, which is good. There we go. I do hate the spin pattern though. 400. Wrap up to 600 first. I'm going straight for it. 600. I'm just filling for final rinse now, conditioner's going in, and I think we should do that distribution rinse we do. It'll be fun to see that. We'll start on the side still. Hang on. No. No. What can the dryer phone go? No. Shit. Okay, right, here we go. We're going to do the distribution, get ready. I do like this. Still going. Maybe we don't then. Right, here we go. We're topping up to the last high level. Don't this. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So this is good. The older like WF models, they used to do a spin drain. They did. What's one? Distribution drain. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We don't want that. Pulled up inside the freaking sheet. To be honest, that sheet actually isn't part of it. Here's the question. Did we used to get bedding sets as like a sheet as well? Did you always have to pick a separate sheet? I always thought I remember getting one with it. Not quite distribution, what are you trying? Whoa. And this is going to be the final spin at 1200. We don't do anything different. There we go. Now no. Right, here we go. Indicator lights on rinse. Let's see what happens. Distribution. Oh my god. Oh my goodness me. Yes, I don't think that's going to spin that, you know. Oh no. No, sure. And here we go. This is why that distribution was a bad idea. Oh god, yeah, I forgot we do this, the high-speed distribute on this. Oh, bloody hell. Oh my god! What?! No way. No way did that just do that. What the hell? Bear in mind that we do stop and redistribute. And here we go. Great, so we do one burst, spin, unbalance, then we decide, oh, we're not going to go. I think this, sorry, I forgot about this. I think this is the anti-crease in between. You can tell how much attention I paid to the one in the flat, and I never really used it apart from when I was mucking around with it. So this will basically have the same program, but only going to 1200 because the programs are also the same layout on the drawer. I don't think that one was a water balance one. Interesting. It was a 6145 then, wasn't it? 6145. I don't know, of course, yeah. Here we go. Oh, I know what we do here. Is this where we distribute up and down and we stop? Someone's singing. Yeah, that's probably going to be a no. Oh my goodness me. What? This thing doesn't care. The amount of water that actually comes out is kind of concerning. Like, that's how much that's... Well, let's see, do we stop? Even the one in the flat never did this. There we go. Oh, no. I know what we're doing. It's like the drying spin is what this is, I think. But it's good though, I guess, because it means it doesn't all stick to the side, even though this bedding there already would. I'm going to be intrigued how that's going to dry that. Otherwise that's kind of... I don't really ever find machines that are over 6 or 7 kilo for temporary. I mean, we found like 8. Do you know what machine would have done this nicely was the Zanussi Lindo washer dryer. There is actually one for sale in, where is it? Earlham, I think it is, or Urmston, near where the WD64 came from. But it's got a drying problem. Oh, that's going to be a bit smoother. There we go. That telltale sound of the shocks. Whoa! This really doesn't care about balancing at all. That's going to stop again. Yeah. Might this be the final ramp up then? Very unbalanced. That might conk out. Yeah, we've not sped up yet. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the final ramp up. We're going to be here for a while. Still got up, I think. Rapidly. get that down to, right, down to 600 ready. And then back up. And do it. Try and get it back down again. No, it doesn't do it. That might be the end of it now. It's worth about 1300 then. That's awesome though, it's spinning. That's it. I hear it from this room here. I'm draining off the anti-tangle, so I'm hoping this will be filling up. It feels just the drum, which is annoying. There we go. Is my fan on? Pump. There we are. And we're drying. I'm very intrigued since that does actually dry. Here we go. Okay, interesting. Instant reverse. There we go. It's going to be getting hot now. It'll be the thermo spin, I think. Yep, called it. 20 minutes in. Should be a fast ramp up now. There you go, that's the thermo spin. We'll come back at the end of the drying. Right, so we are on the cool down site now, so the elements are switched off and just the dry fan runs. That's taking a very long time to dry, very full load, but yeah, see how that comes out. I'll be very surprised that does actually dry. See how dry this is. There you go. So yeah, we'll just... Oh no, the element's come back on. Interesting. Well, we finished about like 3 bloody hours later. That drying was literally about 2.5 hours. I bet it's not even fully dry. Let's have a look. What was I'll put that for a rinse and spin. I'll be very surprised if it has dried everything. Oh, some very hot patches in there. There's some tiny. Yeah, there are still some damp patches, unfortunately. But it's what happens when you dry bedding in a capacity. I mean, it's bigger capacity than the WD64. I'll give that, but it hasn't done too bad. I mean, just sort of taken stupidly long. How? Okay, I'll put that on a quick rinse then before we. Okay, so that is temporary machine number 1, an Indesit IWDC6125 Washer Dryer. Let's put it on a quick rinse. Yep, IWDC6125 Washer Dryer. And that's just yeah, got it for a £5. Nothing wrong with that at all. That has literally done the entire cycle, no problem. Suspension's a bit creaky about having to do all these. But there we go, that'll rinse out. Right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. After this we will, next one will be the Bosch. And then, yeah. I think we'll keep the Bosch a little longer, but this one I'll put up for sale pretty much straight away. I'll probably get another load of bedding done in this. Yeah. Thank you very much. Oh no, we'll do a wall cycle. We've got to do a wall cycle on this one, definitely. I'll make that one next one I do. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.